I'll be honest with you. Week 3, Mahomes Mountain. I was rising high. I was feeling good. I was the prince who was promised, they call me, you know. Precipitous fall, a few missteps, but I'm okay. Let's see where I end up on today's episode of Mahomes Mountain. I won't stop climbing. They're going to try to get me to stop. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep going. Grit and determination, that's what I'm about. Never quit.
Very well done, as always, Kevin Wildes. And quick wardrobe and tie change.
Yeah, no.
Well done, my friend. All right, as always, there's only room for 28 quarterbacks on the mountain, which means typically, it's 32 teams, 4 guys don't make the mountain. This week, 5 guys don't make it. We'll show you why. So 4 are obvious on who's off the mountain. And Skyler, Will Levis, Jacoby Brissett, and Deshaun Watson. It's because they're not starting NFL quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew had a spot on the mountain.
Yeah.
Then I listened to Antonio Pierce's press conference, and they're like, hey, is Gardner the starter? He's like, I don't know. I have to ask the players. And then I was like, hey, AP, you're the coach? He's like, I don't know. We'll talk to the players. So until Antonio Pierce definitively says you're the starting quarterback, not Aiden O'Connell, can't be on the mountain. So, 7th row, and this is where it gets sad.
Uh-oh.
I never thought I'd see today. Trevor Lawrence. A bottom row guy.
Is it left or right, though?
It's not left to right.
Okay, because if it was,
he should be over it.
It's not.
Then he's basically right next to Bo Nix.
It's not left to right. But look at who his
That's line.
Andy Dalton, who the vast majority of America thought was retired until 10 days ago.
Undefeated, though.
Anthony Richardson, who, I say this with love because I really like him, plays quarterback indistinguishably different from like your nephew who's 9 playing Madden. It's just bombs and missed throws and a few 60-yard touchdowns, and you don't really know. Malik Willis, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Good job. He's not falling off
much
anytime soon. Maybe he can move up. And Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Just throw in the general vicinity of Malik Neighbors, and you get back on the mountain. And Bo Nix played a good game. Good for him. All right, row 6. All right, Sam Darnold, truthers, zip it. I'm very, very happy that Kevin O'Connell is working his magic, that Justin Jefferson's working his, but we still know who Sam is. So be very happy with where you're at. Derek Carr, Pumpkin Watch, on alert, tried to tell everyone, some people, had him first in MVP on a ballot.
At the moment. At the moment.
Kirk Cousins drops just a tiny bit. Jalen Hurts, I couldn't drop him. I certainly couldn't raise him. Justin Fields, I can't drop him, can't raise him. And Caleb deserved to jump up a row. 350 yards, couple touchdowns, made some mistakes, is clearly, though, playing better than anyone on the bottom row of the mountain. You can, okay, we can argue that if you want. Row 5. Baker had to drop a bit. We were on a bit of a Baker sugar high. Justin Herbert had to drop, and he got banged up. Jared Goff's fortunate he didn't drop after, but they did get the win. Kyler stays where he is. And look at the mountain. Not being a quarterback wins mountain. Doesn't care that Brock Purdy's lost 2 in a row. The mountain is an eye test mountain. It's a rich tapestry of things, and Brock Purdy played well enough to, without many of the Avengers, to move up. Now, Kyle Shanahan might be upset that he missed Brandon Ayuk on the seam to win the game. The mountain says, overall, we thought you played quite well, and that's why you move up on the mountain. Row 4. Burrow drops, even though he played really well, but because it's almost a retroactive drop from week 1. Because that week 1, when he played poorly, is what has really dug them in this hole. Aaron Rodgers. This is, I think, the highest he's ever been on the mountain.
Wow.
Because the mountain didn't exist back when he was healthy, and now it does. So I don't know. Dak and Geno stay where they are. Dak played well, but they lost. Geno played okay, but they won. There they are. Row 3. Every time I watch Matt Stafford play, I feel like he's better than before. And this week, it was remarkable what he did with no offensive lineman, with no wide receivers to speak of.
Amen.
CJ quietly has struggled a bit the last couple weeks. He still has time to give advice to anyone who wants it, but he has struggled a bit. And Jayden Daniels, I don't think he'll stay this high on the mountain. But when you never punt or turn the ball over in 2 straight games, you get 2 straight wins when you play one of the greatest games any rookie quarterback's ever played. You move up, and now wait, don't reveal. I told folks today's mountain was going to be painful. Now it's painful because of Trevor Lawrence at the bottom. It's also painful because of what I have to do at the top. Reveal row 2. Who are you kidding? Yeah, come on, the idea that anyone else, now reveal the top, please. Lamar moves up, he was excellent. Josh Allen, you played a wonderful game, but it's Mahomes down mountain and he's undefeated. So there it is.
Josh Allen's undefeated.
I understand, but it's not Allen Mountain. So if it's Mahomes Mountain and they're both undefeated, tie goes to the mountain namesake and the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion, 3-time champion, 2-time MVP, who's 3-0 against the other guy in the playoffs. And I'm so sick of people already saying, I already saw it, that, 1A, 1B again. That train's never late. Greg Jennings, go ahead.
It's not 1A, 1B. Josh Allen should be a top.
Oh, my.
It's a fair argument.
Look, this is
What did you say, Wildes?
It's a fair argument.
It's Wildes. You know what I did, because I knew you would appreciate this, but some others would be up in arms with me making Josh Allen the top of the mountain. He himself said he doesn't believe he's played very well, but you know what? Josh Allen, you've played very well. Let's look into the numbers.
Yeah.
Shall we? For the season. This is who they are when you compare the two. And you talked about 1A, 1B. I'm going to show you why it's just Josh Allen. Look at the completion percentage. Look at the pass yards. I'll give that to Patrick Mahomes. He has all the talent over there. We know he has the best receivers. But look at the touchdown and interceptions. I mean, and this was something that we really need to focus on because, wait, Josh Allen, he is the guy that throws a lot of interceptions and he turns the ball over a lot, right? Well, he has no interceptions, didn't say turnovers, but look at the passer rating. And because it is a rich tapestry.
Yeah, it's not Stats Mountain. That'd be boring.
Because it is a rich tapestry, I just wanted to focus on this past week since Mahomes, you know, he had to overcome the greatest week in Atlanta history and all the things. But look at the numbers even then.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Josh Allen has just clearly been better. And from the mouth of Patrick Mahomes, he just hasn't played well.
I'm not even going to refute this. If it was just stats, then I guess you would have Sam Darnold ahead of Patrick Mahomes. Certainly Jayden Daniels ahead of Patrick Mahomes. No, if we're just stats.
I'm talking about wins.
Well, Sam Darnold, I think, is the same as Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. But you're right. It's rich tapestry. There's a lot of things to it. But I don't need to say anything except for the board.
What's happened to the board?
He's bringing on the board.
Don't make fun of the board, Greg.
I've been on that board. It's not a fun place to be.
Greg was on it, and then he apologized for it later when it was, I don't even remember what foolishness got him on it last year. Greg Jennings. That's immortalized forever. You're lucky I don't have a picture of you, Wildes, for just saying he makes a fair point. that could have gotten you on the board right there.
I take it back.
But that's there for the season. Allen, greater than Mahomes. You said it. You had a whole little statistical backing, so that's fine. Well, I don't need to say anything else. Brew, go ahead.
I am not going to say anything to get myself on the board in this segment, but what I will say,
if I need to, though,
is no McCaffrey, no Debo, no Kittle,
no wins,
and no freaking Brandon Ayuk either, strangely. No problem. Okay, because I know Nick's not going to hold the fact that they've lost the 2 games because you're not a quarterback wins guy.
No, you are, but I'm not.
Brock Purdy has been balling. He should be ahead of Geno Smith. I'm sorry. I mean, in fact, he should be ahead of Dak. I know it's not left to right, so I'm just going to move Purdy up and Geno down. Geno's got
playing great.
He's got 3 interceptions and 3 touchdowns. Does that seem great? They're winning, but it's not about quarterback wins. Brock Purdy is throwing dimes, all right? He's playing well. If his defense gave him some help, they'd be winning more games. And look at his stat. We got a graphic with his stats.
Yeah.
none of his Avengers, as Nick calls them, and yet still firmly in the top 10 in everything. Top 2 in yards per attempt, yards per game. Look, passer rating still stellar, completion percentage, TD to interception ratio. The dude is balling. He definitely should be ahead of Geno and ahead of Dak, too. You can move either one of them down if you want.
The Mountain moved Brock Purdy up despite the fact he's right now tied for the second longest losing streak in the NFL. They moved him up despite the fact that he had a pass to win the game and didn't see it, instead ran around. The Mountain moved him up, despite the fact that the previous week, his first week without one of the Avengers, they mustered 17 measly points, and then he goes to Brian Flores and was like, you had me seeing ghosts, bro. I know he didn't exactly say that, but he kind of said that. I'm just telling you, he was like, I saw Sam Darnold over there. Did he tell you how to make the ghosts? Because you had me seeing ghosts. And despite all that, we moved him up. If you bring out those goddamn goalposts,
I'm bringing them out. Because this is
I moved him up.
You tore it apart.
Every time.
You tore it apart. I'm going to get this thing together.
Within a segment.
All right?
What? Brew, no one can see.
We don't like this thing.
Nobody
This is
likes
Nick.
it. Why?
When it comes to Brock Purdy,
What's he do?
he moves the goalposts.
I get it.
I mean, he wanted to see him win a comeback game. He did that. He wants to see
And
him
that's
without
why
the
he
Avengers.
moved up.
He did that.
He
You didn't move
moved
him up
up.
enough. Dak Prescott's been terrible. Yeah.
Dak's been terrible.
Yeah, I want some W's.
Oh, you want some W's?
Yeah,
What's
from
Dak's
Dak.
record?
From Dak.
What's Dak's
I
record,
want some,
bro?
What's
What's Dak's record? Exactly right. Let him talk long enough, and he'll just ruin it. Yeah, you were so
Geno
close.
and Dak.
You were so close.
Purdy should be
Geno
ahead
undefeated.
Purdy should be ahead of both of those two.
You went all over
Definitely
the
ahead
place.
of those guys.
Geno's undefeated.
He wants some W's.
3 interceptions, man. You
Look,
got to
three
hold the ball.
interceptions.
You
Mahomes
got to
got
keep
4.
the ball.
Oh my! No, he's got 3.
Go ahead.
In any event, I'm moving all the undefeated quarterbacks up. Mahomes belongs up there. Allen belongs up there. Geno can move up in my book. And then Sam Darnold. Now, I've been on a bit of a losing streak in my predictions, but I predicted this one correctly. A month ago to the day, I saw Justin Jefferson floating through the air and tweeted, Sam Darnold can't be bad this year. Well, gosh darn it, I was right. Josh has the stats. Sam Darnold does the same thing Danny Dimes does with Malik Neighbors. Throw it over there. Look at his passer rating, 150. Pretty good. And finally, here's the reason I want Sam Darnold up. And it's more of an emotional reason because it's a rich tapestry. You've been sitting at your house, minding your own business, be like, I'm in the mood for an apple cider donut. Oh, I am. Like, oh, honey, what happened to that beloved bookstore? Did it turn to a spirit Halloween all of a sudden? Oh, I got a latte. What's that, a little pumpkin spice? We all know pumpkin mode is coming for Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
So while he's not in pumpkin mode, let him be the belle of the ball. He's doing his thing because I saw this play. Maybe he was hit here, maybe he wasn't, but this is about a backwards pass that ended up being a 8-yard gain. Pumpkin mode is starting to come out once you see the Spirit Halloweens.
Yeah.
So give the guy some credit before he goes straight pumpkin and he's off the mountain.
Okay. Well, we allowed him to be firmly in the top 20. He's on the same row as former NFC champion Jalen Hurts, of future league MVP multiple times over Caleb Williams. Also, I noticed you mentioned all of the undefeated quarterbacks and left out row mate Justin Fields, who is
and Justin Fields.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm sorry, Justin.
No, it's fine. But the mountain, in addition to being a rich tapestry, it tries to sprinkle just a little prognostication. Hard to climb the mountain if you don't know tomorrow's forecast. You know what I mean?
Totally fair.
And so, just like last week when people were like Derek Carr should be higher and the mountain knew better, we fear that at least slight pumpkin mode is coming this weekend for Sam Darnold against the Green Bay Packers and against Matt LaFleur. And so, with potentially Jordan Love's comeback game, Greg's going to be in shambles in that game. Vikings-Packers. I guess maybe it's a can't lose for him.
Rusty Jordan Love versus...
We're comfortable with where Sam Darnold is, and the fact that your case for him includes pretty soon he's going to be bad. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.